something that a lot of people leave out. Hobbies, integration, and learning. So there's really three key takeaways here. Your hobbies support your work, they inspire integrative reasoning, and they keep your brain engaged. Whether you're a professional boxer that has other hobbies, or you're some other kind of professional and you have boxing as a hobby or some other combat sport, these things are all relevant. So, supporting your work. They enrich you, they challenge your perspectives, and they help you practice learning. Enriching you, it just means it's going to make your life experience better. The more hobbies you have, the more actively engaged you are in other things at different communities, the better you're going to be as a person, simply from the fact that you're going to be more motivated, you're going to be happier, you're going to be engaged at all. And that's going to make you work better. Secondly, it challenges your perspectives. So when you have a hobby, you're going to be forced to look at things from a new perspective because you're probably going to be learning or you're going to be trying new things. That is extremely important for boxers, and that's an extremely important thing that boxing can give to you if you're a finance manager and helping you practice learning. One of the most important things when it comes to learning is making it procedural. You don't forget how to tie your shoes. You don't forget how to ride a bike. You don't forget how to do things like that because they are procedural. And my procedural cognition framework that I created in my dissertation is a learning model that seeks to make the activity of learning into a procedural engagement, a type of procedural cognition, rather than just learning things by rote or learning things through other learning models. But I'm going to do a whole video on that later. Next, they inspire integrative reasoning. One of the reasons procedural logic works or procedural cognition works is because you're learning a series of steps, typically ones that go from you start off with crawling, you walk, and then you run. It's kind of the same idea. You're going to get an easy situation and you're going to context it with what you know, and then you're going to start testing the waters to learn things that are more difficult. You should be learning how to box that way. So in that process, you'll begin to find similarities and differences between the way that you've been doing it and the way that you're going to do it, and you're going to identify them with other things that you already know. So if you're a finance manager and you're learning how to box is going to help you reconsider the way that you do finance management and vice versa. That leads you to considering new perspectives and considerations, right? Essentially, you're going to have a whole new knowledge body to help look differently at the things you already know, and the things you already know are going to influence the way you look at new things. Lastly, keeps your brain engaged. Again, I come back to this. Practicing learning. Learning is a skill, right? Just like success is a habit, learning is a skill. So, procedure, I kind of talked about that earlier. You want to try to make things procedural. And the more you can make things a procedure, it's going to give you the ability to practice the way that you examine things. My procedural cognition framework is a way of examining problems or new information. And that is just more effective than doing it by rote. Now, one of the things that you have to be wary of is that you don't just go through the procedure for the procedure's sake. And so there's a couple different safeguards in the PCF that I developed that help to ensure that that's not the case. But at the end of the day, just learning stuff, learning combinations to throw combinations for the sake of combination's sake, not a very good idea. But having a reason of understanding why and how certain combinations are more effective in more circumstances will absolutely help make you a better boxer. On top of that, and this is probably, honestly, what a lot of neuroscientists or a lot of cognitive scientists would say is the most important thing, low stress environment and play. The reason that animals across the board play is because it helps them maintain and even improve certain skill sets that they cultivate when they're very young. Humans have this strange stigma about seeing play as a childish endeavor. And that's really damaging to the way that we are, to the way we think about anything we're doing. We should not contextualize infantilism with something that you're learning or something that you enjoy. And really what we see is people that have long-term hobbies or passions that they follow throughout their life typically have not only higher self-reporting of personal satisfaction, but they also have better cognitive function later in life. And there's actually a bunch of studies that show that. So if you can make learning fun, which having a hobby will help do, and you can practice learning and you can turn learning into a procedure rather than something you do by rote, ultimately, all you're going to do is improve your general all-around performance and your satisfaction in life. So that's why I'm a firm advocate that everybody should have many hobbies, and ones you take more and less seriously, because they're going to enrich your experience and ultimately they're going to make you a better worker and a better citizen. So anyway, thanks for watching the Combat Arts Academy. Whew, boy, that was hard to spit those words out.